baseball fans, and welcome. MLB The Show has action out of the AL Central. It's the Chicago White Sox and the Lions. All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. And towing the slab in this one, Eric Rubio, having a pretty ridiculous season so far, Singy.
Yeah, you see there with the sub-2 ERA, very dependable guy, and he's been pretty much lights out so far this season. So, you know, when a guy like this takes the mound, I'm expecting to watch him get into a rhythm quickly and just move through a ball game. Sometimes you can see some big strikeouts. Other times, it's hard to even know he's there because the innings go so quickly.
Huh.
Here's a swing and a drive left field, and he knew it. The first batter of the game leaves the yard, and the White Sox jump out in front. It's 1-0. Roger Varela steps to the plate for the White Sox.
No, that's a ball.
Varela with a homer in his last game.
The big bat's coming up and a home run already surrendered. He's really going to have to execute against these next couple of batters.
That's a strike. That one way inside.
Ball.
This one in the air. Benjamin under it. And there's one away. And for now, the home run streak takes a pause. A lot of game left, though.
No, that's a ball.
This one in the air, center field. And there's two away. Here's the White Sox DH, Vinny O'Leary. Well, in their win last game, this guy came up with 2 home runs, obviously trying to keep the roll going here in this one.
Well, made it so comfortable for his club to secure that win. Very fresh team today, and it doesn't have to be all on him, but the way he's been swinging it, I expect him to have another big one.
Inside, almost got him. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. That one came in at 99. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. On the hill for the White Sox, Cesar Taveras. And Chris, he's a guy that gets better when things get tough.
Yes, batting average against is actually better when he's in a jam. So we'll see if he continues to dance his way out of danger.
Digging in, Alonso Gomez Phelps.
Second baseman, Alonso Gomez Phelps.
Way out front for strike 2.
Then he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
Left field. He won't get there. That should be extra bases. The relay.
He's in there.
Not in time. That's a leadoff double.
Good 2-strike hitting right there, Bird. A bit of a lost start for some, so that was nicely done to beat the odds. Pitch was in and off the plate. So hard to do anything with the pitch in that location, but somehow he got the barrel to it and hit it well. Pretty amazing.
Gets the call. That's strike 2.
Well, you can't expect to get a great pitch to hit with an open base and a runner on second. He's going to have to really tighten up his sights here, make sure that he can barrel up the ball.
And it's second.
Good purpose pitch right there. Trying to tease him, get him to raise his sights, pop something up, and make it an easy out.
In the air, right field. Novoa moving under this one. And he makes the catch. Runner tags at second, and he's in safely at third with one. Now at the plate, Cody Berger.
And this is a big opportunity for him to pick up his teammate right here.
Berger launched a homer in his most recent game. And that just scraped the zone. The call is overturned. So they've still got both their challenges. Now the 0-1. And that's in there at the knees for a strike.
Oh, this guy's so comfortable hitting with 2 strikes. Even a good pitch early in the at-bat. If he's not ready to pull the trigger, he's not worried if he gets to an 0-2 count.
One and 2 now. Got him. 2 gone.
Strike one.
Two outs and a runner at third here in the second game of the series. Breaking ball,
Yep,
and that
got
got
him. Take your bait.
So next, Billy Benjamin.
He really needs to start making more contact. Striking out nearly twice in each of the last 5 games.
Fastball is outside. Chris, his batting average puts him in the top 10 in baseball right now. Lefty out of the stretch. Runners at first and third. Fly ball down the line, and that will drop foul. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball.
Well, he knows they don't want to give him anything to hit, but when you've got opportunities to drive in runs, you've got to expand the zone. He's capable of going out there and doing damage with it.
Fouls it back with 2 strikes.
5 foul balls in a row. I have no idea what that feels like, but you got to love this battle. Just wondering who's going to blink first.
Gets a piece and stays alive. 2 on, 2 outs.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking at bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with him.
Here's a drive out to right center. Way back there. Look out. Gone. His 11th of the year, and it gives him the lead in the first. It's 3-1. Center field. Aseo under it. And the inning is over. We move ahead to the top of the second now. Leading off, Tom Cattermer.
On a night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end. Trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what, you're going to be trying to catch things out front, so off-speed pitches may be a good complement to that fastball.
Fights it off. He'll see another. This one in the air. And there's one down.
the Syracuse, Whitesox.
Aseo was driving the offense for them in his last game with 5 RBIs. There's a strike. Got him looking. That's a strikeout. 2 outs, base is empty. Next to switch hitting first baseman A.J. Gillette. Here comes the 0-1. Tap foul at the plate. 2 down, nobody on.
No,
really good
that's
take,
a ball.
especially with 2 strikes.
Some heat there at 98 miles an hour. Bottom of the second, and here's the veteran outfielder Brian Tovar.
Strike! Woo!
That one
That's a
almost
ball.
got him.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Oh!
Cracks his bat and pops him off. Tosses to first. That's 1 out, the bottom of the second.
Batting in, the right fielder, Diaz.
Strike! Woo!
There's a swing and a drive. He won't get there. That should be extra bases. Relay to second. Not in time. He's got a double.
Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
Andre Cervantes in the box now. Takes strike 1. Cervantes matched a homer in his last game. Taveras checks the runner. Diaz back on a dive. Swing and a high fly ball deep left field. That one carrying out of here. A 2-run homer, his 4th home run of the season, and they boost their lead. It's 5-1.
That's the ball.
Ball 1. With how good these offenses are, there's a lot of ball game left.
2 runs across in the inning, bottom half of inning number 2. Late swing, foul to the left. And there's a rocket into the outfield. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single. And now the DH, Victor Gallegos. He's 0 for 1. And the lefty with the 0-1.
Oh.
Gomez Phelps at first, 1 gone. And they'll do it again. The 1-2. Up the middle. Flips it. There's 1.
You're out.
What a double play that was. Inning over. New inning getting started. Now it's the White Sox catcher, Brandon Yastrzemski. Yastrzemski, a former All-Star, 33 years old, and he's a former Silver Slugger recipient in the National League.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
That one ran inside, almost got him. Inside, backs him off again. This one smoked on its way out of here. It's his 8th home run of the year. And they cut into the lead. It's 5-2. Swing and he breaks his bat. That's a foul ball.
Oh.
Nobody on, nobody out with a run in. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. Swing and a ground ball. Slides for the stop. Throw to first, and that's a great play for the out. Jorge Machado steps to the plate for the White Sox. 1 for 1 so far today with a solo homer in his first at bat. And he swings and misses, and it's 0-1. Swing and a ball ripped out towards right center field. That'll touch down for a hit. Takes the turn. He's digging for second. The relay throw. Not going to get him. He's in there. First pitch, and that's in for a strike. Chris, he's been one of the most powerful hitters in baseball this year. His home run numbers are good enough to put him top 5 in the league. 1 out and a runner at second. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. Fouls it off. Still 1-2.
Oh.
That one missed. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Sets him down on strikes. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. So digging in, Diego Noboa. This guy is one of the best athletes in the sport.
Nope, that's off the plate.
Misses just off the outside edge. I think that was a strike.
He's just missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think, oh, good pitch is a strike, but many times pitchers are trying to tease the zone, and the last 2 pitches that he's thrown, good pitches, but even better takes.
That one misses. Ball 3. Comes up empty. That's strike 2. Got it. Rusty Valentine rings him up. 3-run bomb for the White Sox. It's 5-2. This is an AL Central showdown right here on MLB The Show. Bottom of the inning, and now the shortstop, Cody Berger. Berger went deep in his most recent game. Gets the call. 1-1. He'll challenge. Thought that was a ball. And the strike is overturned after review. Still 2 challenges left for them. The 1-0. What a stop to first. And they get the out.
Up next for the Lions, the left fielder, number 9,
Swings through that.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Not in time.
Now he's safe.
Great effort, but it's an infield hit. One out man at first. Billy Benjamin digs in now. He had a big 3-run homer at his first trip. And the slider just misses.
Ball.
Man at first, 1 away. The kick and the pitch. Runner goes. That's in for a strike.
He's
For a
safe.
second. He's safe.
That kick hangs in the air, but he read it nicely. And now in scoring position to add on to this lead.
That one misses. Ball 3. This one in the air, right field. Novoa brings it in with a nice run and grab.
Maybe caught that one off the end just a little bit. Couldn't quite barrel it up enough to really drive it.
Nope, outside.
Close one, doesn't get the call. Yeah, that's ball 2.
No need to go right at this guy. First base is open. He can hurt you, so make him expand his zone. If he doesn't, give him a walk.
Man on second, 2 down. And ball
Thank you,
4,
mate.
2 aboard. It just shaved the zone. They'll keep both their challenges. The 3-1. And a big swing and a miss. Battling here as he fouls it away. Man at second. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. This one in the air, center field. Aseo settles under this one, and that will end the inning. Start of the 4th, so now it's the White Sox DH, Vinny O'Leary.
You know, these White Sox doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. They're doing a good job of working the pitch count, and they've been able to push a couple of runs across to score as well.
Foul ball there.
Still relatively early, but with the pair of runs already on the board, the ripple effect of that high pitch count might set them up to do more.
And now this one's a rocket to right. Way back there. Gone. His 18th home run of the season, and they close the gap. It's 5-3.
Ball, outside.
The 1-0. And
No, that's a ball.
Right now, behind in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. No free passes. You can't allow that.
1 run across in the frame so far. Top half of inning number 4. At 96, that pitch is in for a strike. And that one is lifted in the air. Tovar gets under it, and there's one down. So up next for Chicago, Pete Aseo. His first at bat was a strikeout. Swing and a line drive ripped out into right center. That's a base hit. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
And man, I'll tell you, a line drive like that into the gap just feels so good. It's feedback that you had everything on time and in control from start to finish with your swing. And now a chance to maybe
Aseo dives back in, but they got him.
No, that's a ball.
Well, looks more focused at the plate and working the count after that first at-bat strikeout.
Hey!
Fastball is outside.
A rare 3-ball count here. He's been throwing strikes all day. Got to be ready to hit if you're in the box.
Nope.
3-1, and he couldn't come up with it.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is if you are the offensive side of it. After giving up that home run earlier, just doesn't seem like he wants to challenge him.
Gillette leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs.
Well, that was one of those high percentage.
Julius Lopes on the pitch here.
Definitely a guy that pounds the strike zone, makes hitters earn their way on base, and rarely gets in trouble because of free passes.
Now Dominic Godwin. There's a swing and a miss. Two on, 2 outs. Close, but call the ball. Ball 1.
That's the ball.
Spot right here, a couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
The 3-1. That crosses the plate, and now they're just 1 strike away from getting out of this mess. He fouls it off. Will do it again. 2 on, 2 outs. On the ground to short. Berger throws to first in time. They limit the damage here. Bottom of the 4th, stepping in, Brian Tovar. And that skips into dirt.
Well, these players showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. Not only have they already put up a bunch of runs on the board, but they've also made the starter work really hard out there. Like I said, his pitch count is high, so I got to expect they'll be turning to their bullpen sooner than they had hoped.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Struck him out looking.
Up next for Syracuse, the Whitesox.
Strike. Woo!
He swings and fouls one off. The 0-2.
Great take right there. Showed some really good discipline. Breaking ball coming in. You see it well, but don't trust that it's going to hang on for a strike. Nice job.
And the call stands. It was indeed a ball. So they'll lose their first challenge. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row. Two down, base is empty. Here's the catcher, Andre Cervantes. He's 1 for 1 with a 2-run homer his first time up.
Well, in an 0-0 count, not every strike is a good strike for a hitter. I like the plate discipline there.
That one way inside.
Ball.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's got good numbers swinging at pitches in that location.
Goes down swinging for the strikeout. And he strikes out the side here in the 4th. And we've got ourselves a pitching change. Edmundo Diaz.
Well, at this point in the ball game, we're talking about middle innings, and we need a little length out of this arm coming out of the bullpen. We'll see just how many outs he's able to give his skipper.
Turned on, but that's foul down the third baseline. The 0-1. That one catches the corner for a strike. Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. Oh, great stop. Go to the pitcher. And very nicely done for the out. Stepping in the long ball threat, Roger Varela. He's been a great free agent side. Swing and a high fly ball left field. DeMonte settles underneath it. Takes it in for the out.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
Chris, he's currently the team leader in stolen bases.
Ball.
Two down, nobody on. And a pop-up, right side, foul territory. Reaches over the wall, and he's got it! Back now to start the bottom of the 5th, and taking over on the mound, Rodney Fleer.
His first test will be from the left side, and that's been a struggle for him this season. They've been seeing him pretty well and doing some damage against him. You know, this group of hitters really impressing me with the quality of their bats in this one. It's been fun getting a chance to see them go to work. It looked to me like they really wanted to get to the starter early, get him out of the game before he settles in, so I'd say mission accomplished.
The 1-1 is fouled off. The wind, the kick, and the 1-2. On the ground to third. Tosses across the first. And the leadoff hitter retired in the 5th.
The designated hitter, Victor Gallego.
Line drive to short and caught. 2 outs, base is empty. Next to hit, Cody Berger. This guy, one of the best contact men in the sport as well. Outstanding on the defensive end. Swing and a foul out of play. Next offering is fouled back. 0-2 now. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. The flip gets him easily, ends the inning. Top six. Now here's the cleanup hitter for the White Sox, Vinny O'Leary. O'Leary went deep twice in his last game. That's ripped, and this one could be extra bases. Takes the turn. He's digging for second. The relay, not in time. That's a leadoff double.
Everything came together perfectly for him right there. When you connect and it jumps off his bat like that, you're thinking double at the very least. Put a great swing on it, and man, he wasn't fooled at all. It's not always the case, but if you win Rookie of the Month more than once, you've got a great shot at taking home Rookie of the Year honors after the season. What a year he's had.
Man at second.
Bump.
Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. One down. And up next for Chicago, Pete Aseo, 1 for 2.
Oh.
Little trouble with this one behind the plate. The White Sox with the tying run at the plate, and we're in the top half of the sixth. On the ground right side, Gomez Phelps handles, throws to first, and there are 2 outs.
Up next for the White Sox, the first baseman, A.J. Gillette.
O'Leary on third with 2 out. That one's in there, and it's 0-2.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about, but some way.
And that's the 3rd out. Bottom of the 6th inning. Here's the left fielder, Forrest DeMonte. That one a little bit high, and it's 1-0. Not far out of the zone, but it was a ball. No challenges left for them now. And that's off
that's a
the
ball.
inside edge, and the count is 2-0. In the air, right field, Novoa moving under it, and there's one away.
Up next for the Lions, the first baseman, number 23, William Benjamin.
First
No,
pitch
that's a
just
ball.
misses.
No,
He's been
that's high.
raking in recent games, and a big reason why, getting ahead in counts. He's been able to do that consistently, and you see the results.
Next offering is fouled back. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. Now here is Xavier Carter. And first offering is fouled off. 2 down, nobody on. Out to short. The throw to first, and that is that. Kurt McLaughlin into the game.
Well, he's had trouble at times keeping the ball in the park this season. Something to keep in mind here.
There's the strike.
So important to get ahead of these hitters. You don't want to issue a free pass and allow that tying run to come to the plate. You always want to keep that other team in a position where if they're going to beat you, they're going to have to do it with multiple hits.
This one chopped to first. He'll do it himself. And the leadoff hitter set down to open the seventh.
Hello.
There's the strike. The White Sox down by a pair here in the top half of inning number 7. That one just misses. Just caught the zone by a whisker, and the call is overturned. So they've still got both their challenges. Back to the top of the order. Stepping in, the White Sox leadoff man, Jorge Machado. Swing and a base hit. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. That can be a really tough pitch to handle, a front door breaking ball. But he did a great job staying in there, keeping that front shoulder closed. He didn't spin off the ball and hook it foul, which happens so many times.
The 0-1. On the ground to the left, and it goes just foul. The tying run at the plate.
The guy at the plate could recognize slider out of the hand. Didn't stay in the tunnel very long in terms of depth and perception. He knew right away it was an off-speed pitch.
That's out number 3. Set for the last half of the 7th. Here's the center fielder, Brian Tovar.
Whoa.
High fly ball, right field. This could go the distance. Home run. We'll take the trot around the bases. And they add a run. It's 6-3.
That's the book.
Nobody on, nobody out with a run in here at the bottom of the 7th. The 1-1. Gets under and pops it up. 1 away. So up next, Andre Cervantes. He's already homered in this game. And first offering is fouled off. Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Foul ball. It stays 0-2. Got him swinging.
No, that's low.
In the air, left field. And it drops in. And that keeps the inning going.
Clearly seeing the ball very well in this one. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Next is the designated hitter, Victor Gallegos. And the pitch is in for a strike. 0-1. Quick toss to first. Gomez Phelps back in on a dive. Here's your one. Hammered down the right side, but foul. Gomez Phelps, the runner at first with 2 gone.
That's the ball.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. 1-2 here.
Ball 2.
That one missing inside.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score.
Take it back.
So a walk. Puts runners at first and second.
So close to getting out of it right there, but this inning still has life. Oh, he's already in some trouble, and falling behind in the count makes it even worse. Then you've got to throw the ball over more of the plate, and that's where they can really do damage against a guy like this.
2 on, 2 outs.
Ball 3.
6 straight outside the strike zone. That one fouled hard the other way.
Well, this is a good time to step out of the box, take a deep breath, reset. A couple of change-ups. Probably won't see another one here.
And they're all loaded up.
Oh, this is their chance to break it open. If they don't end up winning this ball game.
Kevin Simmons taking over on the mound.
Well, no margin for error in terms of throwing strikes with the bases loaded. Just has to execute one pitch at a time to try to get out of this.
DeMonte up to bat next. Lays off for a ball. And another ball.
Pressure's on right here. 2-0 count, bases loaded. You don't want to fall to a 3-ball count and then walk in a run. He's got to challenge the hitter right here.
All loaded up. Dangerous hitter at the plate. Big swing and a drive. Deep left field. That's back there. Gone. Big time blast. A grand slam. It's their second home run of the inning, and they add to the lead. It's 10-3. Popped in the air. Left field. Varela under this one. And that is that. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. It's now 10-3. This is an AL Central showdown right here on MLB The Show. So a lefty out of the pen, Mark Miller.
Well, you see the ERA very solid, and that doesn't always tell you the whole story, but he's been really good so far this year.
Diego Novoa steps to the plate for the White Sox.
Ball.
He's trying to stay away from this lefty, knowing that a lot of left-handers like the ball down and in.
That's to third. Throws across the diamond. Leadoff man is out here in the 8th.
Ball.
Gotta be down
that's
in
a
the
ball.
zone with that 2-seamer if you're gonna be effective with it. Well, that 2-seamer is heat-seeking for right-handed batters. Just runs in on those hands.
Ball
inside. They're now 3-1. This one in the air, center field. And there are 2 outs. Tom Catterman steps to the plate for the White Sox. He's one of the best players in the game. Fought off foul. 2 down, nobody on. And we're in the top of the 8th. That one fouled off. And a foul ball, he stays alive. The 1-2. Here's a high chopper. Over to first. Out number 3. Back here in a blowout, which gives us a chance to talk about just about anything.
Bro, don't get me fired.
All right, Singy, we've been in all the press boxes. You got best press box food.
I'd say press box food because of the ice cream. We have to go Philadelphia. Yeah.
Shout out to our guy Frank.
Yes. New York for me is pretty good. Yankees?
Yeah, solid.
No, that's a ball.
As far as ballpark food, one of my favorite places is San Francisco.
Garlic fries, yo.
Garlic fries, and you got the lobster roll out there in the outfield if you want to make the walk all the way out there.
It's great, though, broadcasting a game with that zoo breath where you could just, I mean, absolutely levitate some people with your breath. The 1-2.
Ball. High.
But we got the crab fries in Philadelphia, is that right?
Yep, and then
it's been a long time for me.
Boog's Barbecue at Oriole Park.
I knew you'd go there.
That's right.
Yeah. Anyway, you can work in your name, huh?
That's right. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 1 gone here. Swings through the fastball up in the zone. And that's in for a strike. Gets to it with a slide. Onto the pitcher. Nicely done for the out. Fred Diaz, the next to hit. 1 for 3.
Ball. Low.
Up the middle. On the run, throw to first.
No, he's in there.
First, and an infield single keeps the inning going. Ground ball up the middle. Catterman. Out with room to spare, and that's the inning. Freddie Lindstrom comes on now.
Well, home runs have been a problem this year. Not doing a great job keeping the ball in the yard so far this season, so we'll see if that factors in.
Sliced hard, but foul down the left side. Lindstrom, one of the most dominant bullpen arms in the sport today, and it's largely due to the swing and miss stuff. That clips a corner. In the air, right field. Diaz on the move. Takes it in for the out. Oh, he doesn't get the call. And that is ball 1. It just shaved the zone. Still 2 challenges left for them. 1 down, base is empty here in the 9th. Foul ball. Lindstrom, in his third season, he features a four-seam fastball, a splitter, and he occasionally uses a curve. Got him swinging for the strikeout. White Sox down to their final out. 2 down, bases empty. And here's the catcher, Brandon Yastrzemski. He's already homered here in this one.
Ball. Nope. Ball 2.
Popped up. Ball game.
Well, this was a total team effort using 6 pitchers in this ball game to get the win. Outstanding job of passing the baton. The next pitcher stepping up and getting it done. You got to give them a lot of credit because this is not easy to do. We'll see how it affects them over the next couple of days.
Final score here today, 10-3. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long.